Child, not turning the mic on, best mistake of my life. Voiceovers all 2023. Follow me on all the socials. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Alright, so boom, here I am. I already have on my Pat McGrath primer, rose water, and foundation. So now I am putting on my concealer in 20 from Pat McGrath and all the necessary areas. So I stopped putting concealer on my upper lip because it gave I don't know, Planet of the Apes vibes. I wasn't feeling it. Next, we are blending. If you use all Pat McGrath products, it will blend beautifully. It is going to still take a while, but the blending is just so chef's kiss. Absolutely love it. Look at my faces. I tried to stop making those faces and then couldn't. What is that about? All right, blend in the brows. Those are the most important part. You don't want your brows to be unblended, especially in photos because it looks crazy. All right, we're going in with my Mented Tan Light Setting Powder under the eyes. I get really close because if I don't, I typically get powder in my eye, and my eyes will water for 40 days and 40 nights and ruin the whole face. Very annoying. All right, getting the powder up out of there. No baking. Again, very close. Powder in the eye. Ruin my entire look. It's happened like 3 to 4 times. Very, very irritating. So now I just gotta make sure it doesn't happen, you know? Now we're going in with some Fenty Espresso and the contour stick. I'm listening to music. That is the beauty of doing voiceovers. You can do whatever in the room at the time and then just voice it over. Anyway, we're buffing out the contour. Get in there. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Can y'all hear that train? I literally have never heard a train before, and yet here it is. Anyway, buff it out, buff it out, buff it out. Turn your head left and right. Make sure you don't have any harsh lines on the side of your face. That's typically where they hide out and try to get you, make you look crazy. All right, so we're applying some Tan Light Setting Powder. That just really helps shape the face just a touch. Going in for my nose. I truly believe my nose is uncontourable. Yes, it's a word. Look it up. Like, it can be contoured to a certain degree, but like that fully snatched pinch nose, I don't think I can achieve that just because the way my nose is set up. It's like kind of deep set. Whatever. Good enough. So I just applied some Fenty Trophy Wife to the tip of my nose. Blend that out a little bit so it won't look like a Rudolph. Some of y'all be giving Rudolph, and that ain't it. So this is the Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey Highlight Palette. Just gonna drag some Queen Being down the bridge of my nose. That was my Ace Beauty Lid Primer in medium. Make sure you, what's the word? Jesus, I can't even think. Blend. Jesus. Make sure you blend your lids out so they don't get clumpy. Today we are going for a smoky eye. While that dries down, I went ahead and applied some highlight. That was Fenty Trophy Wife and the Lip Bar highlighting blush, which I mixed together there. Yes. So now I'm just going ahead and blending my entire face to get away from any harsh lines. For my smoky, first I went into my Mented Everyday palette and grabbed that burgundy color that you see. It takes me forever to find a brush because some of them are like dirty, so I have to sort through them to find a clean one. Don't judge me, judge your mother. All right, so I'm just going to apply that burgundy all over the top part of my lid to get the start of the smoky eye going. Now we're just applying, and this is the blending part. You will never blend more than when you're doing a smoky eye. It is truly ridiculous. But if you don't blend it, you're going to look crazy. So we're just going to blend all of this in. It really, really has to be seamless. That's why you need to blend so much, specifically with the smoky eye. Good grief. This is sped up and like chopped down a little bit, and yet and still. All right, I'm going to go into my Pretty Funny palette from Bob and Monet and grab Dark Humor to finish off my smoky. Now, I am really packing this on, like, as much as I can. Packing. Because, as y'all know, I have hooded lids, and the darkness kind of dims after a while, so I try to pack on as much as I can without looking coonish. All right, so now we're blending this out. The black is probably the most that you will be blending because it's just like, blend. And y'all saw how much I just put on. So the blending process is just that, a process. Ooh, y'all see that highlight? That look good. All right, so after I blended the top to my liking, I packed a little bit more onto my lid that I did not blend, just so it's super dark. So I'm minding my business, blending my life away. And what does my phone do? Turn on Tory Lanez. Like, what is happening? We stand Meg Thee Stallion over here. We don't do Tory Lanez. I don't know why it came on. Never heard the song before in my life. I was disgusted. As you can tell by my face, but we fixed that very quickly. Scrolled through, found us some Meg Thee Stallion. Which apparently took forever. Good grief. As much as I listen to Meg Thee Stallion, you think she'd be at the ready. But anyway, back to what we were doing before we were so blatantly disrespected by our own device. Still blending. It is a lot of blending, but I promise you it'll be worth it in the end when your smoky eye is popping. So here I just had to get a smaller brush and get the corners of my eye. Highly recommend a smaller brush because if you get the big brush, it's going to put makeup everywhere you do not want it. So here I have a small thin brush so I can do my bottom lid with just a touch of black. Really set the smoky off. Now I used to try to get like my whole bottom of my lid, but it used to rub off on like my under eye. So I've learned to just put a little bit on the top, not across the whole bottom. Still gives the same effect, and your makeup doesn't bleed everywhere, you know? Just buffing out the corners, make sure they're good. Now that's a Pat McGrath lipstick in matte. It was very tiny. I could not read it. Honestly, if it's a Pat McGrath lipstick, just get it. You'll love it. It'll be worth it, I promise. Even her matte just glides on smooth. It's amazing. Buy some. I saw those at Walgreens. I was minding my business and they called my name and they were very unnecessarily expensive, I would say. But I had to get them. So I did. Just prepping my lashes with some Duo Lash Glue. If you don't have Duo Lash Glue, I'm not sure what you're doing with your life. Go get some right now. Almost forgot to put mascara on my lids. Just prepping those so I can pop my lashes on real quick. And here we go. Honestly, this was not a great install on the lash. It was a little bit too much of a gap between my actual lashes and the falsies. But you can't really tell unless you're super close. So just act like I ain't say nothing. Okay? And my Fenty refreshing spray. Too much, I know. Fight me. And here's the finished look. What do we think? Like, subscribe. Bye. Yassss, it's a Smokey Eye for me.